friends, it's Ginger here, and today I'm going to make a video no one asked for, which is a plant tour of my room. Yeah, so I live off campus at Brown University where I keep most of my plants in my room. I have over 30 plants in my room and most of them I do tend to ignore for weeks on end and they're doing fine, so I just want to show you all of you guys my plants, so hopefully I can get more people into plants because they're great and they're really cute and I just want to talk about them and I've run out of friends to talk to them about, so you guys are my new friends. Okay, so now let's talk about the actual plants. Let's go! So my room is kind of like a giant square with a west-facing window, and this means that most of my plants are concentrated in the west, and I do also only use very light resilient plants, so most of these are pothos, Syngonium, and Brasil Philodendron, that type of variety. So I'm just gonna go around the circle and talk about my plants. So first of all, the first thing you see in my room is my Marble Queen Pothos. It is, I think about 10 feet back away from my window, so as you can see, the white variegation have now turned completely green. But I think I like this look. It is turning out new leaves, so I think it's still healthy, and I think eventually it would come draping down my bed, which I'm super excited about. And now along the actual west-facing window on the very end, I have my Manjula Pothos. I am so proud of this plant. It grows so quickly and it's just so beautiful. First of all, it tripled since I got it about a month ago. And when I got it, it had a bunch of just really white variegated leaves, and all of the new leaves, it turned out, are kind of more on the cream, light green side. I don't really know if it's because I'm not giving it enough light as it's used to, or if it just needs to age a little bit more. If anyone knows, please tell me in the comments. Next, this is a golden pothos. This is probably the largest plant that I bought. It grows so quickly. I am pretty sure, like you see this entire vine here, this did not exist like 2 months ago. I'm pretty sure this thing grew 2 feet in 2 months, and it is also the plant that I used to get all my friends into plants. I'm also really surprised that it hasn't fallen off by now. Here's to hoping that it stays this way. Next, we can talk about my little edible plants. So all of these 3 plants I have on my floor here are actually plants that I got off of food that I was eating. So these 2 are both avocado plants, and this is a mango plant. It's literally so large. If I don't know if you can see, it's almost 3 feet. It's almost 3 feet, and this was an avocado that I ate like 3 months ago, which is so incredible. On my windowsill here, we have my plants that are more adjusted to being able to be in direct sunlight. So here we have an aloe plant, we have a bear paw plant, we have a tiny little aloe plant that's not doing super hot, and I don't really know how to make it better, so I just water it and hope for the best. We have I think this is either a burrow's tail or a donkey's tail. And finally, we have the Cebu blue pothos. I know this is not technically supposed to be under direct light, but because this corner doesn't actually get that much light because of the wall, I think it's fine. It grows super quickly, it's super pretty. I probably paid way too much for it, but I don't know, I really like it. And here, the plant you see hanging on my window is another golden pothos that I grew out of this pothos here. Actually, this pothos here I actually got off of Whole Foods. This was in a 4-inch pot when I first got it this past June, I believe, and now look at how long it is. And this is after I cut it immediately after I got it because I just really wanted to propagate plants. This is, I think, the second plant that I got and the first one that I actually bought, so I'm just really proud of her. Up here, this is actually a box I made at the Brown Design Workshop, which is this engineering space at Brown University where like you get to learn how to work with wood, and I made this little box and it's just the perfect little planter. That is one of the children of my giant golden pothos right here, and that is Heartleaf Philodendron. Corner is slightly darker than the other corners because this is where I put my very janky curtain, but I think these 2 both work pretty well under darker light, so I think that's totally fine. The other thing I have hanging on my wall is my little propagating station. I also made this at the Brown Design Workshop. I feel like I'm the only like non-engineering student to ever go there, and every time I go there I just make things for my plants. And that is a rooted golden pothos. I think that is from the giant one. This is one of the cuttings of my Marble Queen Pothos. As you can see, because I didn't give it a lot of light, it's slowly losing its variegation, so I'm hoping that it will come back since I cut it. This is Monstera Adasonnii. It is actually the parent cutting of my Monstera Adasonnii right here. I got this entire plant as a cutting, and whenever this cutting produces more leaves, I just cut it off and put it here. And it's been doing really well so far. It was only 3 leaves as a cutting when I first got it, but now it's like almost an entire plant. Over here, I have a Syngonium. I don't actually know what type of Syngonium this is. I got it from one of my friends. And this one are actually all children of my Manjula Pothos from earlier. And so is this one, which is completely green for some reason. I just thought it looked interesting, so I cut it off and grew it. And all of the leaves that came out of it so far are green, which, I don't know, it looks really nice. It's green, but there's like darker shades of green on it. So it almost kind of looks like a global green pothos, but I'm not really sure. And this is my Marble Queen Pothos that hasn't reverted, so if you can see compared to the one that's by my bed, because this has more light, it has this beautiful kind of like white splashy color on top of the leaves, which is really great. And this is another one of its children. Moving further down my shelf, we have some, I don't really know what type of Scindapapsus this is, but I do have a few of them. I got all of these as cuttings, and then I tried to grow it in that pot. I think it got root rot, so I had to like pull all of it out, root it, and then put it back into a terracotta pot that I mixed with even more perlite so that it has that nice airy soil. Here we have another cutting of my Manjula Pothos, and this is a neon pothos. I actually got this as a cutting from the person that gave me my Manjula Pothos, and it was like literally about to rot away, and I'm so glad. Like literally every single leaf that they gave me rotted except for these two leaves, and they just stayed in this pot for I'd like to say like 2 months, but look, it's growing out a new shoot finally, so I'm so excited. And yes, if you haven't noticed, I am very much into pothos because they're just so easy. You can just ignore them for like weeks on end and they'll continue to grow and to continue to do super well. And here, what I have rooting here is my Raphadoraphora Tetrasperma. I have a bigger plant downstairs in my house, but it's currently under quarantine because it just arrived. This is the first plant I've ever ordered online because I just really like this plant. Look at how cute it is. Like, its name is Tetris because it stands for Raphadoraphora Tetrasperma, and I'm just hoping these cuttings will survive because these are kind of the newer leaves that got damaged during the shipment, so it like kind of looks like it's rotting away down there. But we're just gonna put it in water and hope for the best and hope it did what this neon pothos did. Finally, this pothos is my first ever pothos. I actually traded one of my avocado seeds that sprouted for 4 leaves of this pothos, and look at how much it grew over the summer. And finally, here is my spider plant. It's kind of in this corner because it's not doing super well. It was where my Manjula Pothos was until like 3 hours ago, but I think it wasn't enough light for them, so a lot of the leaves kept on yellowing. I didn't really know what to do, so I'm just putting it here for now, and it's like kind of on plant probation because I don't know, it just is not doing super hot. And there you have it. That's all of the 30 plus plants in my room, and it looks super beautiful whenever the sunlight hits. And it's just like so fun to stare at whenever I wanted to procrastinate, whenever I'm waiting on someone to join my Zoom room. And like, they're all so pretty. I love touching them, which I'm pretty sure is not good for my plants, and they just give me so much joy. And here you go. This is my entire Plant Connect collection. Thank you guys so much for watching until the end of this video. I will probably make more plant content in the future as well, so I'll see you all next time. Bye bye!